Okay, now reflection. I'll just make you revise reflection once, then section midpoint, and equation of a straight line. We'll start equation of a straight line. For that, you know reflection and midpoint, students. So basics. Is Ivani online? Can you see the screen? Naomi, Lemula, Tanishka, Sri, Cherisha, Adi. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, before starting equation of a straight line, students, I'll explain entire concept. Then you'll have an idea what is equation of a straight line, what is slope and gradient. We'll start from the basic graph question. If you get a graph like this, each box is 2 centimeter. You'll get a 2 centimeter graph. X axis, this is x dash, y, o, y dash. Okay, coordinates. Remember, x we call this as abscissa, some spelling like this, and y you call it as ordinate, not coordinate, ordinate. There are questions related to this as well. So remember ordinate and abscissa. Next, x o x dash, you'll know what is y o y dash. First quadrant. This is first quadrant. So any value which lies in the quadrant, we write it like this: x comma y. First two are positive. Second quadrant, one is negative. X is negative, y is positive. Third quadrant, both are negative. Fourth quadrant, opposite of this, x is positive, y is negative. So whatever lies in the quadrant, not on the line, in the quadrant, we call xy. We call coordinates. Coordinate. Then next, whichever lies on the axis, each box you can take 1 centimeter or 2 centimeter depending on the question. Okay, I think maximum in your graph you can plot 4 or 5 values. If you have 10, 12, 14, you can take 2 each box 2 centimeters, and write the scale. All that we had completed, -1, +1, and here 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, any point which lies on the axis. I mean, there are questions where the points would lie on the axis, students. Now, it is just lying in 2, this point. Both negative. Is this clear? The quadrant, whatever I've written, plus minus. Okay, I'll make it x comma y, students. Here it is. See, don't worry about that. Don't think about your what is this model exam. Ultimately, your board exam matters. So whatever you have studied so far, revise those formulas. Evening, I'll make you revise. Now we'll start only equation, all entire graph equation question. Next, minus x comma y. Here you have minus x comma minus y, and in the fourth quadrant, x comma minus y. These are the equations. Now, whatever lies on the quadrant, students. Quadrant, for example, 5 comma 4. 5 comma 4 both are positive, first quadrant. In that the first value x is 5, y is 4. Remember that. Next, whatever lies on axis, there are only 3 types. One is coordinate, the value will lie on coordinate. Next, value will lie on axis, x axis or y axis. Next one, the value will lie on origin. Reflection is also same. The value will reflect in ordinate, value will reflect in axis, value will reflect in origin. Next, I have marked here 2. Where does this point 2 lie, students? On which axis? Tell me which axis? X axis. So x axis is 2. Y axis, no value, right? So y axis will be 0, comma 0. Or this point, whichever crosses, if you draw a straight line like this, if I draw a straight line, see, you can't draw, and one more thing, a flat line is called what? Horizontal or vertical? This green one. A flat line is called horizontal. A straight line, what do you call a straight line, students? A straight line is known as vertical line. Now, wherever this point 2 is given, I can't draw a horizontal line. Already there is x axis. If I draw a vertical line, this vertical line is parallel to which one? Parallel to y axis or x axis? Y axis. Can you see these two are parallel? right? It is parallel to y-axis, and whichever line it crosses, students, we also call this line as intercept. Intercept of x-axis. Intercept is nothing but just a cross. Intercept of x-axis. And this line is parallel to y-axis. Okay, there are two formulas. I'll tell you reflection. What if reflection is like this? Intercept. Any line which cuts x-axis, we call intercept of x-axis. Now, if I draw a line like this, where is this point 3 touching, students? Tell me the coordinate or tell me the axis value. 0, comma. What do you get? Where is the point lying? 0, comma 3, right? 0, comma 3. And this 3, students, this is not parallel to x-axis. Any line which is flat, we call horizontal. Any line which is straight, we call it as vertical. Or slanting like this, we call it as oblique. So they might give you a horizontal line, vertical line, oblique line question. I'm talking about all three, whether it is reflection, any graphical question, these are the main concepts. Oblique line. Oblique is a slanting line. All this, like this, all slanting lines. Okay, oblique line. Now, this 3, 0, comma 3, we also call 3 is the intercept of y-axis. This line, the blue line, whichever is passing 3 y-axis, we call intercept. Intercept of y-axis. So whenever it is intercept of y-axis, definitely x will be 0. Remember that whenever they give word intercept of y-axis, x will be 0. That's the meaning. Intercept of x-axis, y will be 0. Because we know the points lie on the axis, students, not in the origin or coordinate. It lies on the axis. It can be plus x-axis, minus y-axis, anything. So this is axis. Is it clear? Oblique. All of you understood what is intercept, oblique, axis, then reflection I'll teach next. Variate. Invariate. See, variate meaning is, what is variable, students? Variables will change or remain the same. Variable meaning is the value will change. If you try to memorize a lot of concept, you'll forget. Invariate. Invariate is which does not change. Which does not change. Okay. The meaning of invariate is the value which does not change. Now, we'll discuss about reflection. Invariate is nothing but a mirror. Before invariate, I'll give a point. Let me put it here. Tell me the value of this, students. What's the value? All of you will respond. Coordinate. Value in the sense coordinate. I'm asking about the coordinate. 3, comma 2. The answer is 3. Yeah, 3, comma 2. Now this will reflect in x-axis. Imagine there is a mirror at x-axis. This will reflect. So what is the concept? You can either draw this or don't waste your time. Just imagine. Here I'll write -1, -2. Okay, just imagine 3, comma 2, students. 3, comma 2, they say that 3, comma 2 is reflecting in x-axis, which means 3, comma 2 is in which quadrant? When both are positive, all of you will respond. Which quadrant? First quadrant. In first quadrant, the mirror will be down below. X-axis will be below, so we placed a mirror. Where will the reflection happen, students? Which is the opposite one? What kind of answer you're giving? Which quadrant? Lemula? Don't give wrong answers. Try to understand Lemula. If you're standing at 3, comma 2, if the mirror is opposite, where will your image be? Will your image be here? Then why are you saying y-axis? It will be on the y-axis. Where is your image? On which quadrant? What is this? Is it y-axis? I'm asking about quadrant. Where is the point? Is it in axis or quadrant? Quadrant. So reflection also should be where? In axis or quadrant? Quadrant. That is the concept. That is what I'm trying to explain, students. Still you're giving wrong answers. If the object in axis, reflection will be in axis. If the object is in coordinate, reflection will be in coordinate. Okay, and when do you figure out that it is in coordinate and axis? Look here, if I give 0, 2, this is in axis. The reason is, what is x value? All of you will respond, what is x value, students? X is 0, y is 2, which means this point lies here. In exam, they won't give you they won't draw like this neat graph. They won't explain each and everything. They'll just give 0, 2. If any one value is 0, either x or 0, x or y, it is understood that it is an axis, students. So reflection also will be in axis. Next, if it is origin, if it is through origin, the value of origin is 0, 0. X will not have a value, y will not have a value. This is origin. Third type of reflection. Now, first type of reflection, coordinate. It is in the coordinate one. Okay, coordinate 3, 2. The object is on the quadrant. Reflection also will be in quadrant. Imagine you're standing at point 3, 2. The reflection should be in the fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, tell me the value, students. Value will remain the same, 3, 2. What about the sign? Tell me the sign. All of you will respond. X will be plus and y will be minus. That's the reason I taught you the sign. Look, I'll once again write it. Don't just sit and watch, student. Try to understand. X, you get x minus y. Or let me make it clear. First quadrant, both positive. Second quadrant, 1 minus 1 positive. If you're getting confused, remember like this, minus m plus is p. According to alphabetical order, m comes first, m. Okay, m is first. If you don't want to memorize all this, just imagine there is a graph. You get minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Let me keep a point here. Can you all of you answer this? What point is this? First, always we give preference for x-axis. Where is x-axis, students? Minus and minus, comma, positive 2. So what's the value? 1 minus and the other one is plus. So there are different ways. You can either imagine a graph like this or remember minus and plus. M stands for minus, P stands for plus. Fourth quadrant will just be the opposite of that. Plus comma minus. Third quadrant will be opposite of first quadrant. Minus comma minus. So if you go according to the graph, if you study according to the graph, you won't understand. You should study according to this plus minus, quadrant, axis, those types. Okay. So what's the answer you get? If the mirror is in x-axis, what's the answer, students? 3 comma. All of you will respond 3 comma minus 2. Find out the answer and mark 3 comma minus 2. 3. Look here, 3 comma minus 2. 3 is positive, x-axis. Minus 2 is negative, y-axis. The point lies here. This is the reflection. If this is a dash, a, they might give you different alphabet, b, c, d, anything, or if they don't give, you can take it as a dash. 3 comma minus 2. Is it clear? All of you understood? Next, the same point A, student, same point A through origin. It is reflecting through origin. What do you mean by origin? From center. So we don't know where this point lies. Tell me, where does it go? If it is through origin, which quadrant the image would fall? Which quadrant? Third quadrant. What is the sign in the third quadrant? Both are? Just plot it, minus 3. Where is x minus 3 and y minus 3? Here. Point is somewhere here. Then join the line through origin like this. This is through origin. Through coordinate is this. Through quadrant. This is the reflection. So reflection is all about imagination. You should know where are the 4 axes, what are the different types, intercept and all those things, parallel line. Is it clear? Did you understand, all of you? Next, reflection through axis, students. For axis, there's only one concept. Axis, invariant. Invariant is it doesn't reflect. Okay, I'll give you all one more question. Yeah, tell me this point. Where does this point lie, students? Tell me the answer, all of you. Respond. I want all of you to respond. 4 comma 4 comma minus 2. Imagine the mirror is at y-axis. Mirror. So your view, it is not in the x-axis, students. If you're standing at 4 comma minus and imagine there's a mirror, pink one is the mirror. So we'll obviously look at the mirror in this direction. So our object will be where? Where will the reflection happen? Which quadrant, students? Very good. Third quadrant. In third quadrant, what are the values? Both are minus 4 comma minus 2 is the answer. Check where is minus 4 comma minus 2. Answer is here, this one. 4 comma minus 2 a dash. This is a. Next, if it is origin, if it is through the origin, opposite. Where is opposite? Mirror. Imagine there is a mirror in the origin. If it is in fourth quadrant, which is opposite to fourth quadrant, students? Which one is opposite to fourth quadrant? Second quadrant. Second quadrant, what are the values? One is negative, the other one is positive. What's the answer? Minus 4 comma plus 2. This is the answer here. So through origin, like this. MCQ, if they give you an MCQ question 4 comma minus 2, they'll give you a question 4 comma minus 2 is the object. It is reflecting through origin. Where is the image formed? Which quadrant is the image formed? You can't keep drawing graph and all those things, students. We know fourth quadrant minus 4 comma 2. If it is an origin, opposite to fourth quadrant is second quadrant. We know one is minus, the other one is plus. Just take the values. The answer will be minus 4 comma 2. This will be the reflection point. They'll tell you that the reflection happens to origin. Write the coordinate. It is minus 4 comma plus 2. Lemula, did you understand now? Naomi, Lemula, others, Cherisha, Joanna, Adia. Any doubts in this, students? Only if you're thorough with this, reflection. Reflection as not reflection. Equation of a straight line will be easy to solve. In equation, you have around 4 or 5 formulas. Next, axis. Through axis, there's only one concept called invariate, students. Invariate is which doesn't change. Okay, which doesn't change. Example, I'll keep this axis. Tell me the value for this. What is the coordinate, students? It is on x-axis. 2 comma y will be 0. Okay, y will be 0. Imagine you stand here and you're holding the mirror. If you're holding the mirror, is it possible for reflection? Respond, all of you students. It doesn't reflect, right? Yeah, you can't see yourself. If you are holding the mirror, just imagine invariate meaning is you are holding the mirror. You can't see yourself in that. Simple. So the value will remain same, 2 comma 0. Object also will be on the same position, 2 comma 0. If it is this point, minus 3 comma 0, the value of invariate. Invariate is at that position you have kept the mirror, you're holding it, the value will never change, minus 3 comma 0. You take any position, let me take this value, minus 4 comma 2, minus 2. And they would say it reflects what is the invariate. Invariate will never change, students. Invariate is wherever the point is given on the same position there is a mirror. The point is minus 4 comma minus 2. Imagine you are holding the mirror, reflection is not possible. So invariate answer, invariate is minus 4 comma minus 2. That is the concept of invariate. Or just remember the meaning of invariate is doesn't change. Whatever question is given, just write that answer. It doesn't change. That's it. It comes only in MCQ. That is invariate. Next, last part. Last part is now we place the mirror. The pink one is the mirror and green one is the mirror, students. Both were on axis. Both the mirrors on axis. Next question, what you'll have. Apart from axis x, O, x dash, y, O, y dash. Hmm. I keep a point on this. Tell me the coordinate for this. All of you respond. With respect to x, what is the value, students? I want all of you to respond. With respect to x, minus 5 comma 4. Usually we keep the mirrors. We keep the mirrors on x-axis and y-axis. This time the mirror is on not on axis, student. It is not on axis. Imagine there is a mirror here. This part like this. See, if the mirror is given here, obviously reflection will be in the opposite direction here, right? Mirror will be in the opposite direction. I mean, reflection will be in opposite direction. But the values are not same. You might think minus 5 and 4, it will be in the, I mean, if I keep a mirror, if I place a mirror here, the reflection happens in the third quadrant, and you'll write minus 5 comma minus, I mean, yeah, minus 5 comma minus 4, because in third quadrant both are negative. We'll mark it like this, but this is wrong. Okay, this is wrong because the mirror is not on axis, students. It is in the quadrant. So there is a formula for this. There is a formula. If it is parallel like this, if it is parallel, where is this line touching? Where is this line touching, students? Isn't it the intercept of y-axis? All of you will respond. Isn't it the intercept of y-axis? So this distance we take extra. For y we take it as extra. Y is equals to 2. This length. Y is equals to 2. Okay, now tell me, from 2 to 4, look at this distance, 2 to 4, students. What's the distance given? 2 to 4. What is 4 minus 2? How many centimeters here? 2, right? If 2 is the given top, the same should be in opposite. If 2 value is given, where will the object lie? It should lie on the axis, right? 2 and 2, distance should be same, right? Distance should be same. So our answer should be somewhere on the axis, students, which means minus 5 straight line comma 0 is the answer. No, sorry. Minus 5 comma 0 should be the answer. Fine. The distance should be the same. If it is opposite, distance. Wherever mirror is given, from mirror to point, 2 values. See, mirror to point in x direction like this. Vertical. 4 comma minus 2, students. 4 minus 2 is 2. Next, from mirror to axis, this is the object. This is the reflected image, and this one is the object. So the distance is same. Okay, if mirror is horizontally placed, reflection will be vertically. So 2 and 2. Therefore, if you minus 2, it lies somewhere on the origin. You get minus 5 comma 0. This is looking at the graph. We can understand. But what if graph is not given? Whenever graph is not given, they'll give you this line. Image is minus 5 comma 4, and the reflection is parallel. This green line is parallel to which axis, students? Parallel to x-axis or y-axis? Green line, x-axis. So the image is parallel to x-axis. So if the image is parallel to x-axis, mirror is parallel to x-axis, which means that mirror, the green one, it touches y at 2. So y will have 2 values here. Y is equals to 2, and in this, I'm taking this for calculation, minus 5 comma 4. In this, x is minus 5, y is 4. And the mirror is placed in such a way that if it extends, it touches y at 2. So y has 2 values here. Whenever y has 2 values, I gave you a formula. Y has 2 values, so it will be minus y plus 2 into a. This, whatever y is equals to 2, that you have to take a is equals to 2. Okay, a value. Next, x will remain as it is. Now tell me the answer, students. Let us check whether we're getting the same answer. What is x value? All of you will respond. What is x? Minus 5. Minus into what is y, students? Y you're supposed to take from here. Unmute and respond, all of you. Minus 4 plus 2 into what is a value? 2. When you calculate, what are we getting? Comma 4 plus 4. What is 4 plus minus 4 plus 4? Is the answer correct? So through graph it is easy to calculate, but this is the formula, students. Formula. So here the keywords are parallel. Remember, keywords are parallel to x-axis. If it is parallel to x-axis, we take extra value for y. That is equals to 2. I'll give another example. If you have understood this, reflection is done. Okay, then we'll start with equation of a straight line. Is this concept clear? All of you understood? Any doubts? Others? Right. Even if you have doubts, look at now. I'll explain one more question. I'll give one more question. One thing you'll have to understand: the value will be same. Students, look here. Imagine there is a scale: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Imagine there is a scale ruler. You keep a ruler here, and your image is in the fourth value here. Fourth. Sorry, mirror. Mirror. This is mirror. Mirror is placed at 4 centimeter. Okay. Your object is the red one. First one. The distance between, what is the distance between mirror and object, students? 4 minus 1. What's the distance? 4 minus 1 is equals to 3. Wherever the object is given, mirror is the blue one. Reflection will also happen in the same value. 4 minus 1 is 3. So this one, what do you call? Mirror is in the fourth position. 4 plus 3. The object will be the seventh value. The distance will be same. This is the image formed. Their distance is same. What do you mean by that? 4 minus 1 is equals to 3. Next. On which centimeter the image is formed? Tell me on which centimeter? 7. Right? 7 minus on which centimeter the mirror is placed, students? Mirror is placed in the 4 centimeter. 7 minus 4 is 3. Can you see the distance is same? Distance. This concept is same even for physics or mirror which we use. Regular mirror which we use in barber shop or at home. Even at home, if you're standing 5 centimeters, 5 meters or 5 centimeters away from the mirror, the reflection also will be 5 centimeters away in the opposite direction. Okay, this is the concept of mass. Even in physics, it's the same. So remember, the distance will be same. Using the same concept, I'll give you another question. Remember, for this type of question, it is not on the axis or coordinate. Parallel line, students, somewhere parallel. Now let me take this point. All of you tell me the coordinate. Response, students, what's the coordinate? 4, 3. Now, let us place mirror. Where shall we place the mirror? If this is the point, you all tell me, opposite to y-axis or x-axis, where shall we place? Opposite to, okay, let us place parallel to y-axis. Shall we place parallel to y-axis? Okay, if it is parallel to y-axis, let me take any mirror. You can tell. I can either take here, like this, or I can take like this, or like this. According to this, I'll teach you all. Like this. There are different two mirrors, students, two mirrors here. Fine. See, this is the meaning of parallel to y-axis. If it is parallel to y-axis, as you all told, parallel to y, I'll write here, parallel to y-axis. Now, something which is parallel to y-axis, I'll take this first image. Let me erase this. Where is this parallel to y-axis touching? This parallel to y-axis touching which point? Tell me which point. Response, students, this green line is touching which axis? If it is parallel to y-axis, but intercept to which axis? Intercepting at? Very good. Remember, parallel to y-axis, but intercept to x-axis. Intercept to x-axis. Only if you understand this concept, there is equation of a straight line. Even there, I'll teach you intercept. Next, intercept at x-axis, x is equals to 2. 4 comma 3 students. 4 comma 3, this is x and this is y. So which one has two values here, x or y? Which one has two values? X has two values, good. X has two values. So the formula is, look here. If x has two values, y will remain positive, no change. X will, just because x has two values, minus x plus 2 into a. This a we take where the mirror is placed, a. If y had two values, last time I explained, if y had two values, x will remain positive. For y, look at, similar to this, minus y plus 2 into a. A is the position, intercept of y-axis. Is this concept clear? Formula, did you understand the formula, all of you? How to write the formula? Response, student. The formula clear? Now, without using formula, let us try the image, reflection of image. Wherever the mirror is given, you are standing at point, this place. I'll name it as A, students. So if you're looking at the mirror in this direction, what is the distance between the mirror and object? All of you will respond. What is the distance, students? 4 minus, tell me, what is 4 minus 2? 2 boxes, right? 2 boxes. If it is 2 centimeter, even the image will be opposite, students, 2 centimeters. See, this distance is 2 centimeters and from here 2 centimeters. What will be the value? Where will it lie? It should lie on the axis, right? It should lie on the axis. Okay, when last time also we took axis value. Now I'll try to draw the mirror little more away. Let me keep the point as it is. Same point, but this time the mirror I'm going to draw here, student. This is the mirror. Now, what is the distance? All of you will respond. What is the distance, students? 4 minus, where is the mirror? 1. What is 4 minus 1? Okay, 3 centimeters, students. So where will the image lie? All of you will respond. In which coordinate? First tell me the coordinate, students. Opposite, it should be in the second coordinate, right? If it is 3 centimeter, from here, where should the image lie? It should be 3 centimeters, right? 3. So from mirror, if mirror is 3 centimeter, where will be 3 centimeters, students? It is somewhere here. See, from minus 1 to this one is how many centimeters? 1. From here to here, how many centimeters? 2. Ignore this minus sign, just ignore minus sign. Count it like this. From here to here, how many centimeters? 3. So this is the image, students, A dash. Tell me the point where A dash is formed. All of you will respond. What's the answer? Yes, tell me the answer. What is the coordinate? What's the coordinate? Minus 2 comma. I want you all to answer, students. Minus 2 comma what? In y-axis it is 3. Understood where the reflection happens? Now the image is not on the y-axis, students. If the image, see, if you will misunderstand the question, where is the object? Where is this point A, students? In which coordinate? Point A is in which coordinate? First coordinate, right? Point A is in first coordinate. Now, if you all misunderstand the question that the mirror is on y-axis, where will the object lie? It will definitely be in the second coordinate, right? What's the value for second coordinate? One is minus, the other one is plus. And what will you all do? One is minus, other one is plus. You write minus 4 comma 3. Is it correct? Is this the answer we got? Respond. This is not the answer, right? The reason is the mirror is not on the axis, students. It is before the axis. This is the concept. Minus 4 comma 3 is not the answer. It is minus 2 comma 3. Okay, minus 2 comma 3. Now let us check using formula whether we get the same value. Fine. The formula for this is, which one has extra value? This mirror is touching which point, students? Can you all tell me this point? This mirror is touching where? At x, right? All of you will respond. This mirror is intercepting at which point? X is equals to 1. So which one has extra value? The object is 4 comma minus 3. Which one has extra value, x or y? Which one has two values? X has two values. So the x value will change. Minus x plus 2 into a, comma y. Now, wherever the image is mirror is given, this x you take it as a, students. A is equals to 1. Now all of you tell me the answer. Let us see whether we are getting same object. Minus, what is x value? Wherever the object is given, 4. Very good. Plus 2 into, where is the mirror? 1, comma. What is y axis? 3. When you solve, what you get, students? Respond. Minus 4 plus 2 ones are 2. So what's the answer? Minus 4 plus 2 is minus 2 comma. Are we getting the same answer? Both are same. This is the last concept in reflection, students. Parallel line concept. When the image is placed parallel to x-axis, I mean y-axis, it intercepts at x-axis. So without the formula I explained, most of the time we use with the formula, students. Without the formula, you're just wasting your time drawing the graph, reflecting the values. It is just waste of time. So try to understand the formulas. Is it clear, all of you? Understood? Response, students, is it clear? Okay, next question. Without the graph. Now we are going to solve without the graph. All of you should answer. A point A, 5 comma minus 4, and it reflects, the image reflects in x-axis. Where is the object formed? Object formed, what is the coordinate of object? See, so quickly you'll have to think, students, analyze. Minus 5 comma 4 is in which quadrant? All of you will answer. 5 comma minus 4. Respond. I want all of you to respond. 5 comma minus 4. See, one is positive P and one is minus. Which quadrant? Why is nobody answering plus and minus? Where did you see plus and minus? What about others? You don't know which quadrant this lies. Terisha, Joanna, Adia, Tanishka. Rejoin, students. Voice is not audible. Is Tanishka online? Lemula, Tanishka. Yeah, Cherisha, Joanna. What's the answer? Diyashri, you don't know in which quadrant it lies. So Tanishka, from the beginning, I not able to hear your voice. Your voice, Joanna. I don't know whether you all are answering or just silently sitting. Which quadrant, Joanna? Did you understand the quadrant concept? If you all didn't, yeah, if you're not concentrating, students, I'll tell you one thing, you're going to miss 3 chapters. You won't understand 3 chapters. If you don't understand this, you have to miss 3 chapters, 10 marks. Just like that, you will lose marks for 10 marks. I mean, 3 chapters. Okay, which quadrant? 1 plus 1 minus? This lies in the fourth quadrant. So you have to quickly draw a rough diagram. Draw 4 coordinate in working column. Where is the mirror? If reflection is in x-axis, mirror is in the x-axis. So where will this point reflect, students? From fourth quadrant it will reflect. Opposite is first quadrant. In first quadrant, what are the values? Both will be positive. What's the answer? 5, 4. If you don't know this concept, you won't even know how to write the values. First, next. Same question, mirror reflects in y-axis. If it reflects in y-axis, look at the pink image. So which quadrant will it reflect? If it's in y-axis, which quadrant, students? It should reflect in third quadrant. In third quadrant, what are the values? Both are negative. Yes. Next, the same concept reflects in origin. It reflects in origin. So what do you mean by origin? Opposite direction. Opposite is which quadrant? Second quadrant. What is the value for second quadrant? First one is minus, second one is plus 4. These are the answers. Okay, nowadays what they do, they don't give it for MCQ, they said 5 marks question. In that 5 marks, they try to cover reflection, equation of a straight line, section and midpoint formula. Okay, next. This is normal, students, in axis, reflects in x-axis, y-axis. Next question, A is equals to minus 3 comma minus 2. Minus 3 comma minus 2, and reflection is parallel. Reflection is parallel to y-axis. So remember these two key points. Remember a trick. Reflection is parallel to which axis, students? Reflection is parallel to y-axis, right? Then intercept. Remember the word intercept. If reflection has a pair x-axis, y-axis, intercept will be x-axis. Which means intercept, wherever the word intercept is given, that's extra value. Take it as A. So reflection is parallel to y-axis. Intercept reflection is parallel to y-axis. Intercepts at x-axis. Intercepts, let me write 4 centimeters at x-axis. 4 centimeters. Okay, so whenever reflection is given, don't take extra value, students. Reflection is for x-axis. It is one pair. Fine. Intercepts at y-axis. So intercept and x-axis is one pair. Intercept x-axis. Wherever the word intercept is given, that value, this value is supposed to take A. Okay, A. So which one has two extra values? Where is the object? Object A. Where is the object, students? Minus 3 comma minus 2. Fine. So this is x-axis. I mean x value, y value. Now intercept at x-axis 4 centimeter. So which one has extra value here? Which one has extra value, x or y? Which one has two values? All of you will respond. Which one has two values? X has two values. Intercept is given, right? So that x you have to take it as A. Is it clear? All of you understood? Now write the formula without the image. Write the formula, students. If x has two values, y will remain as it is. What about x? Minus 2a. If y had two values, x would have remained same. Minus y. Remember, both are same. Minus y plus 2a. So we would say intercept, students. Remember intercept concept. Intercept at x-axis, take x as two value. Intercept at y-axis, take y as two value. Now let us substitute. Minus a. Minus x is minus of minus 3. Plus 2 into a value is 4. Comma. Y is minus 2. If you solve this question, minus into minus is plus 3. Plus 2 4s are 8. Comma minus 2. So the answer is 8 plus 3, 11, comma minus 2 is the answer. This is the coordinate. This is the coordinate, and this is the concept of parallel line and intercept concept. Parallel and intercept. If you want, just roughly I'll draw a diagram and I'll explain this. Intercept at 4 centimeter. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Intercept is nothing but whichever is crossing the axis, students. Look at this line. Fine. The green one is the mirror. The green is passing through x-axis 4 centimeters. Mirror is placed on the x-axis 4 centimeters. This concept. And this green is parallel to which one? Which two lines are parallel? Green is parallel to which axis, students? It is parallel to y-axis. So we call reflection parallel to y-axis. Intercept, or the mirror is intercepted 4 centimeter at x-axis. So we give preference for intercept. Whenever intercept is given, take it as A. And check where it is intercepting. If it is intercepting at x-axis, extra formula for x. If it is intercepting at y-axis, extra formula for y. Fine. All of you, okay, after this I'll give you a break. So class I'll continue up to 1:30. I'll conduct 1 or 1:30. Okay, next. In the same concept, section and midpoint. What are the two formulas we have? Three formulas we have in section and midpoint, students. Can you tell me the formula? Distance. The next, section and midpoint. And there is one more formula called centroid. For centroid, it was always three axes, A, B, C. And mostly we use it for triangle, students. We use it for triangle. Distance, section, midpoint. Even this is related to graph, but we'll study without the graph. Just drawing x-axis and y-axis. Fine. We'll continue after what's the time? 12:05. Take 10 minutes break. We'll continue at 12:15. Okay. Shall we start? All of you online? Shall we start, students? Okay. Now I'll give you a 2 point. Just make a note. See, reflection parallel to x-axis. Just like a trick to remember. If it is parallel to x-axis, look, parallel x-axis. They are one pair. If parallel, opposite is intercept. So intercept is which one? Intercept should be in which axis? Intercept should be in intercept at y-axis. Parallel and x-axis is one value. Intercept and y-axis. So let me write it short. Remember this. Parallel, if parallel to x-axis, intercept at y-axis. Y-axis. And wherever it intercepts, students, wherever it intercepts, that extra value you have to take it as A. So if it intercept at 4 centimeter, A is equals to 4. Now which one has two values? Tell me, X or Y. Which one has two values? Whichever intercepts, there will have two values. Okay, whichever intercepts, there will have two values. Tell me which one has two values, X or Y, students. Y. What is the formula, Ivania? What will be the formula for Y? If Y has two values, X will remain as it is. 2A. Now the same concept, write it down. All of you will make a note of this. I'll tell what to write. Next. Reflection parallel to y-axis. Then where is intercept, students? Parallel and y is one pair. Where is intercept now? Intercept at x-axis. Right? Wherever it intercepts, take that value as A. X is equals to A. Extra value. So what is the formula? All of you tell me which one has two formulas now, X or Y, students? Which one has two formulas? X. What's the formula for X? Comma Y. Whatever A value is given, they'll give you A, students. Intercept at X axis. Intercept at X axis, take that as A, substitute. And you'll have a point 3, 4. This 3 belongs to X, this 4 belongs to Y. This is what you have to remember, parallel intercept. And intercept has advantage. Intercept, the formula depends on intercept value. Or the formula depends on whichever doesn't have parallel value. Parallel. Okay, mostly they won't give intercept, students. They won't give the word intercept. They'll just give parallel to x-axis. Then we know if parallel is x-axis, intercept is y-axis, take y is equals to a. Which means a is the extra value. This is the formula. In the same way, parallel to y-axis, they won't give the word intercept. So we know the pair. What are the two pairs? If it is parallel to y-axis, parallel and y is one pair. Intercept and x is another pair. Therefore, x is equals to a. Take this a here. X will get a separate formula. Is this clear? All of you understood? Entire reflection concept? Yeah, so no more revision, students. We have done a lot of revision. I've been explaining the same concept again and again. Now tell me the formula here. I've drawn a bracket parallel to x-axis. If parallel to x-axis, it intercepts where? No, if parallel to x-axis, parallel. Yes, very good. Intercept at which one? Y. Then that extra value where you have to take for? Y. Then what's the formula for y, Adya? Simple. That's it. Tell me the next one. Parallel to y-axis, it will intercept at x. What's the formula? Comma y. This is the concept, students. And with the diagram I explained you all before this, with diagram where the line, only if you have understood the diagram, this will be easy. You can just imagine what we are discussing. Okay, if not, teachers will directly give the formula, or students will just learn the formula. Y-axis, x is equals to a. X-axis, y is equals to a. But you won't be aware of what you're solving, students. Then I've written here. If you want, make a note or just ignore. In two brackets, x is known as abscissa, y is known as ordinate. Both put together we call coordinates. Okay, so reflection x origin 0, 0. Next, I'm not talking about reflection, I'm just talking about normal intercept concept. Look at intercept. If I tell intercept x is equals to 4, 4, 0. If I tell y intercept y is equals to -2, 0, -2. Okay, basically intercept meaning is it has an extra value, student. That is it. It has an extra value. Next. Then along with this, we have three more formulas that is only for midpoint, section midpoint. Now let me take 2 points. A. A point A lies at -3, 4. Second point B lies at 4, 5. Okay, now I want all of you to answer. Unmute and answer. A lies in which quadrant? -4, students. One minus, the other one is positive. Which quadrant? Be quick. Very good. Second quadrant. Where does B lie? First quadrant. Like this. Second quadrant A, B. You need to find the distance between them. It can be like this to the point. I think somewhere like this. Like this. Now you need to find the distance. Once we understand the distance, then I'll teach you equation of a straight line. Equation is nothing but like this, students. Mostly we use tan formula. Tan. I'll explain all this one by one. We'll study. Next, we need to find the distance between this, students. Distance between this. So we don't need a graph for this. Or sometimes they would have given graph and they'll ask you to find coordinate. Write the coordinate and distance AB. The first point, whatever you take first point, take it as x1, y1, x2, y2. The distance formula, square root of what's the distance formula, students? Does it x1 the whole square plus whole square. All of you will make a note of this distance formula. Then I'll give you section and midpoint. Third quadrant, fourth quadrant, somewhere like this, students. Now, this is done. Section formula, all of you understood section formula, distance formula, distance. Next, section formula. Section is nothing but what do you mean by section, students? All of you will respond. What is section? You all have 10th standard A section, B section, different parts or groups, right? Parts or group. Yeah, they have split into different parts and group. Now let me take this line AB. Look, this line. This line AB, I'll divide it into two parts. So if I divide into two parts, if it is equal, I'll keep P here. Equal. What do you mean by equal, students? The distance between A to P will be 1 and the distance between P to B also will be 1. So we are splitting into two parts. We are splitting into two parts, or imagine there is a wall or something constructed. Now the concept here is, in these two parts I've constructed a wall. The distance between AP and BP are same. The wall lies exactly in between. We call it as midpoint theorem. Midpoint. If the wall is constructed exactly midpoint in the center, we call midpoint, and they'll tell you to find this coordinate. You can't randomly tell P is constructed 5 centimeter, 10 centimeter. I remember in which concept is that? Scaling factor. Which chapter was that? Triangle. Similarities we studied in that scaling factor. So future students, future, remember point A is one house and point B is another house. Practically this is how it works. They're going to construct a wall where the wall lies in between. So you can't tell wall lies 10 feet, 20 feet. You can't talk in terms of actual ground value. We study the formula like this. Map is equals to K into ground. Look how the concepts are interlinked. Okay, we can't take ground value because we'll get confused. Or instead of house, I'll take it as, see, I'll give you a practical example. A is SFX school or Germans. Germans, B is SFX. In between these 2 points, in reality, if I tell you all this is 2 kilometers away, 1 kilometer away, you can't represent it. In reality, is it possible to represent this on the paper, students? Is it possible to represent German school and SFX school? No. So that we convert into what? We convert into map. We'll reduce their size. In between German school and SFX, Aloysius, or there's a church. Now the concept here is you have to reduce this entire, we have to shrink it and reduce it, reduce the values in terms of a map that you have to represent in terms of map. So when you're explaining to someone, you can't tell Germans is 100 meters away, 200 meters away, SFX is 10 meters away. In terms of centimeters, we need to talk. In terms of centimeters. Fine, we talk in terms of centimeters. So I draw a map. I tell Germans is at point 3, what was the point given here? -3, 4. S of x is at 4 comma 5. Now there is a church in between, not exactly in between, there is a church. I need to find the coordinate of church, where the church is placed. Fine. So just think and tell me, all of you have seen a church there in all of your school? Response, students, do you know where the church is, right? Is it close to German school or SFX school? The church is close to Germans or SFX? All of you respond. Distance. Is the church close to Germans or SFX? It is just beside Germans, right? Just beside Germans. So look at the point. So if it is just beside the Germans, imagine it is 2 centimeters. From church to SFX, it is 4 centimeters. Length is greater. So this is the concept of section formula. In between Germans and SFX, there is a church. We need to find the point of church in map. Okay, not exactly on road. In map, we need to find the point of where location of the church. And where is this map? Where do we practically use map? All of you have used Google Map. Map, students in phone, have you used Google Maps? Yeah, entire concept is related to this. Our entire Google Map, whatever we use, is related to coordinate system A, B. So there you can easily, if you use time and this speed formula, it will definitely you'll be able to calculate. From SFX, how long will it take to go to Kamanali? Will it take to go to Shivajinagar? It is very easy if you understand the coordinate system. Okay, now the centimeter, this is 2, students. We take it as M. We take this 4 as N. A value is minus 3 comma 4. B value is 4 comma 5. So do you think the church is exactly in the center or is it close to German school? All of you respond. It is close to Germans, right? So what is the ratio, students? M is to N. See, A to P. What is the ratio of A to P and P to B? Ratio in the sense, if you reduce, what are we getting? 1 is to 2. Right? Yeah, 1 is to 2. Therefore, it is not exactly in the center. We don't use midpoint here. We don't use midpoint. We use section formula. So what is section formula? We take M is to N, or sometimes we take K is to 1. And we are not going to solve any question. Only formula. Evening will solve questions. K is to 1. Now, according to map, understand everything is related to this church, students, because we know the value of Germans and SFX. Okay, the place which you are going to find in map is church. The, what do you call this? Coordinate. So let me take P of x comma y. Whatever we are going to find, that should always be on the left hand side. P of x comma y is equals to. Tell me the section formula. All of you will tell me section, students. M into yes, M x2 plus N x1 divided by M plus N. Comma, next one. M plus N. So when you solve this left hand side, this will give you the answer for the x-axis. The position of church on the map, x-axis value. If you solve this right hand side, this will give you y-axis. So while solving, you write the equation together like this, and you can take x is equals to. We are finding the value of x, students, P of x. You can separate it like this. N x by 1 M plus N. Y is equals to M y2 plus N into y1 divided by M plus N. Okay, so look at the difference between distance formula, distance x2 minus x1 the whole square, students. But here it is x2 plus x1. Next, if it is midpoint, okay, same concept. This is Germans, this is SFX. Think there is some other value which lies exactly in between. Okay, there is John's, just for example, St. John's, and it lies exactly in between. Okay, so P of x comma y. M is to N. If this is 4 centimeter, what will be the distance from John's to SFX? What will be the distance, students, if it is in between? Even this also should be 4 centimeter. What is the ratio? If I reduce, what is the ratio? 1 is to 1. M is to N is equals to 1 is to 1. Therefore, midpoint formula. Midpoint formula is equals to, we use the same section formula. Section P of x comma y is equals to, instead of M and N, we take 1 and 1, students. X2 divided by x1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Y2 plus y1. 1 plus 1 is 2. This is midpoint formula. All of you all understood what is section, midpoint, distance? Section, midpoint and distance, students. I gave with a practical example. Okay, so and one more thing. When I spoke about distance, it is the distance between Germans and SFX school. Distance in map, not in reality, not in ground terms. In map, their distance. This is the formula. Next, section formula. Whenever we talk about section midpoint, there is a third object. Another object lies in between. Okay, another object lies in between section and midpoint. Yeah, make a note of this, all of you. Section is equals to mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus n. mxy2 your midpoint is the object lies exactly in the center. M and n value is 1, students. X2 plus x1 divided by 2. Y2 plus y1 divided by 2. Remember 4 concept for section midpoint formula. And one more thing, all these are according to textbook, it is different chapter, students, but it is the same concept. Whatever we studied in reflection, section midpoint, equation of a straight line, all these are one single concept. Just because the concept is too vast, they've split into 3 chapters. Next, we have centroid. For centroid, remember there are 3 points like this: A, B, C. Whatever A, you can take anything as x1, y1, x2, y2. It is your wish. I'll take A as x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. Which means these are the map values, students. We are always studying about map. The concept here, x1 plus x2 plus x3. Centroid is G, where 3 lines intersect like this. This is G. This is G centroid. So if you want to find the coordinate of centroid G of x comma y, the formula is x1, x2, x3 divided by 3. We are using 3 values, so divide by 3. y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. You'll get centroid. Is it clear, students? Did I understand the concept? Section midpoint centroid. I gave an example of distance, section midpoint, centroid. Quickly make a note of this. Next, I'll start equation of a straight line. Yes, Mariana. Fine, Mariana. You enjoy, no problem. Okay, I've recorded the class. See, however you want, you can learn. If you know, you learn everything or go through the recording. This fine, Mariana. Before this, you should go in order. Okay, reflection. I completed entire reflection. I took 1 hour. I'll go through that. Now, see, if I start equation of a straight line, only if you know reflection, you will be able to connect it with the equation of a straight line. Okay, so you attend, the class will be up to 150, 120 or 130. You attend, later you go through the recording. So for everyone, it's the same students. If you join late, not sending test, nothing, because end of the year. Okay, hardly another 1 month I might teach. So I won't question anything. Whenever you all want, you all join, attend, and you can leave. Write it. Later you all will. I mean, later don't struggle for formulas. If not, I'll do one thing. Do you allow separate book for formulas? All of you? Did you all maintain any book, 100 pages or smaller book? No? Sheets? Okay, do one thing. Sheets, all those things won't work, Naomi. You have to write it in a book. I'll do one thing. Even evening, I'll conduct only for 1 hour students, 1 hour or 45 minutes. From all the chapters, shall we write all the formulas? Get a separate book. This will be the last time I won't be giving formulas because last moment you all are struggling. I saw that when I taught you all AP, arithmetic progression, you forgot the formula. Some students don't even remember that quadratic formula. You are giving wrong answers. Problem is very lazy to write the formulas. Okay, for centroid, I'll quickly give an example. You'll have an idea, students. For centroid, I'll take SFX school. Opposite is John's. And here, let me take the signal. Which one shall we take? Okay, just imagine Germans here, student. Germans, SFX and John's. 3. These are the 3 coordinates. Okay, so we are not talking about ground, we are talking about map. SFX lies somewhere, the coordinate is 2, 4. Germans minus 3, 4. John's 4, 3. This is the point where all 3 schools meet in the center value, where all 3 schools meet in the at center. There can be some center students, some center where all distance is same. Okay, this we call it as centroid. Formula is x1 plus x2 plus x3. Take x1 from all 3. From SFX2 plus John's 4 and German's minus 3 divided by 3. Same goes with y. So we are plotting all this in a map. We have scaled it to map. Everything will be in centimeters. 4 plus 3 plus 4 divided by 3. So wherever the exact center is given, centroid x comma y is equals to 2 plus 4, 6. 6 minus 3, 3 divided by 3 is 1. 4 plus 4, 12. 12 by 3, 12 plus 3 is 15. I mean 4 plus 4, 8. 8 plus 3, 11. 11 by 3. 11 by 3. 11 by 3 is in fraction. If you convert it into mixed fraction, you'll get 3.33 or 3.7 or 8 students, 3.8. So the answer is 1 comma 3.8 centimeters. Okay, 1 comma 3.8 centimeters. This is the concept. Fine, next. Now the main concept, the last point, equation of a straight line. Equation of straight line. Previously, we have done lot of revision students. For those two reflection midpoint, this is the First thing we are studying equations of straight line. All of you will concentrate. All of you online. Joanna, Cherisha, Adya, Dieshri, Ivania. Okay. Naomi, Mariana, Lemula, and Tanishka. Now, equation of a straight line, students. Imagine there is a graph. Coordinate and everything I've done. Now, on this x-axis, if a line passes like this is a line. 1, 2, 3. Other values are same. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. This. Now, this line, we always calculate angle, students. Angle in anti-clockwise direction. Clockwise is 12, 1, 3, 6, 9. This is clockwise. Anti-clockwise is opposite. Anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so when it comes to anti-clockwise direction, this is theta. Now, they'll ask you to find this theta. Theta is nothing but we also call angle as inclination. Incline and decline. Inclination is just the angle value, students. Remember, just the angle. Right? Now, if you want to find this angle, I'll draw a dotted line here. What kind of triangle is formed here? Tell me what kind of triangle, students. Very good. Right angle triangle. A, B, and C. Can you see 3 points A, B, C? Right angle triangle. Okay. Now, equation of a straight line is nothing but the equation for this line AB. We need to form equation. Equation meaning it can be any value. Y is equals to A. X is equals to 4. X plus Y is equals to 3. Y minus 2 is equals to X. Like this. And there are 3 ways to find the equation. I'll teach what that is. Next. Equation is basically you will have an alphabet with variable, students. Variable and constant. Now, theta is the angle. Imagine I'll just take this right angle concept. We also use tan concept, that is trigonometry, a bit of trigonometry here. So this triangle is on which, where is the base, students? Where is the base BC? On which axis? On which axis the base BC is given? On x-axis, you will get triangle like this. Next, a line will pass through here. On axis and coordinate, we need to find their value. A line can pass like this. You need to find the equation. A line can pass anywhere. It can pass anywhere on the map, students. It can pass anywhere on the map. We need to find the equation. Next, angle. This is theta. Only theta we call it as inclination. Inclination. And one more concept is slope. Slope or gradient. We represent this in terms of alphabet M. Slope or gradient M is equals to, for M, to find the value of M, there are 3 ways. The first way is tan, and when angle is given, tan theta. Whenever tan is given, just use this theta, students, tan theta. This is known as slope or gradient. Slope or gradient is nothing but M, student. Along with tan, we use inclination. Look, slope is nothing but tan multiplied by inclination. Inclination or the angle. That is the meaning of slope or gradient or gradient. So don't get confused whenever they give slope or gradient, both are same. The formula for this, that is tan into inclination, tan into angle. So basically tan theta, students, tan theta. M value. If they tell you to find slope, this is the first one. Is this clear? All of you understood? Respond. Now, how do you find theta, students? If theta is given, fine. If theta is given, we directly, for example, theta is 30 degrees. That is inclination. Okay, theta is 30. Why do we study this concept? The reason we study is, in a map, imagine we are going to construct a building. Okay, building. So the building is AC. AC is the building. And or instead of AC, usually in parks, students, in parks, you get this sliding. All of you have seen that sliding, where you go at, where you have to climb the steps and go and stand at A. Then from there you slide at B. All of you have seen the sliding thing. Whether it is building, park, anywhere, this sliding. So if you want to construct that, if you want to represent in math, we use the concept of equation of a straight line. So if you want to construct a building, you need angle theta. So this angle, remember, if it is 30 degree. If it is 30 degree, we got the answer for inclination. They'll ask you what is the inclination. Inclination is 30 degree. Next, they'll ask you what is what do you call that, slope or gradient, and the alphabet is m. Just take tan theta. Tan theta is tan 30 degree. What is tan 30 degree? What is tan 30, students? 1 by root 3. All of you will remember these values for tan. Evening I'll give you all. Evening I'll make you all write 0, 1 by root 3, 1 root 3 undefined. Is it clear? All of you understood? How to find m value? M, if theta is given. M is slope, students, slope. So if you're constructing a building, we all obviously need angle. We need an angle, so that angle is m, slope. Next, let me take the same right angle triangle. A, B is given, C. Now this is theta. Theta is given. If you want to find slope, m, m is equals to tan theta, students. What if theta is not given? If theta is not given, what is tan formula? Can you respond, all of you all? What is tan formula? Perpendicular by base. What is perpendicular? AC divided by what is base? BC. Response, students. You need to find slope, but theta is not given. If theta value is not given, which value do we use? AC divided by BC. A, B, and this is C. Okay, so let me take 3, 2, 1. X-axis. Y-axis same. 1, 2, and 3. Next, AC divided by BC, students. Now look at this A and C. A and C are in which point? X, right? So the formula, whenever theta is not given, the formula for slope. Yeah, whenever theta is not given, only if sides value are given, A and C. So you can't write C. It is actually AC by BC. Here, AC value will be given in terms of coordinate. AC will be given in terms of coordinate. A is coordinate x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, like this. So the formula for this, after deriving, what they've got is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. This is the formula for slope whenever theta is not given, student. Theta is not given, side is given. Y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Slope or gradient. Slope or gradient. Whenever theta is given, use tan theta. Slope or gradient. Or when 2 points are given, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. See, from this formula, if I rearrange this formula, how many x values do we have, students? All of you will respond. x1 comma for y1, right? This is 1 point, point A, or I'll name it as first point, point 1. Then if I take x2, y2, this is point 2, which means if you want to find gradient, slope or gradient, when 2 points are given, this is the formula we use. All of you will make a note, slope and gradient. We have 3 formulas for slope and gradient, 3 formulas for equation of a line. Is this clear, students? Did you understand? Formula for slope. Okay, let me write here. M. M stands for slope or gradient. I'll just represent it as M. If theta is given, tan theta, we'll use this formula. To find slope, when theta is not given, angle is not given, but 2 points are given. Y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Next, horizontal line. The flat line we call it as x-axis, vertical line is y-axis. X-axis, y-axis. Now, if I draw a line like this, students, like this, is any angle mentioned? Angle will be formed, right? All of you will respond. Angle is formed. Respond, students. Angle is formed here. A flat line. But on top of this, if I draw a line, in top of this, if I draw a line, see this is the base, ground. In top of that, if I draw a line, on x-axis, the value is 0 degree. Inclination on x-axis, it is 0 degree. If I draw a line straight like this, what is the angle formed? All of you will respond, students. What's the angle formed? Right. So what is the inclination at y-axis? Inclination of y-axis is 90 degrees. Is this clear? This is inclination, students. Inclination. Just remember the point. Inclination at x-axis is 0. Inclination at y-axis is 90. Inclination is different. Inclination is theta. But slope m, when theta is given, tan theta. Let us use for y-axis, tan 0 degree. What is tan 0? Tell me tan 0, students. Tan 0 is 0. So slope will be 0. So inclination at x-axis, slope is 0, theta is 0 degree. Next. What is the slope at y-axis? Slope at y-axis, tan 90 degrees. Tan 90 is undefined. Undefined. Therefore, inclination at y-axis is 90 degree. Inclination at y-axis is 90 and slope at y-axis is undefined. Slope at y-axis undefined. Is it clear, students? All of you understood? Inclination at x-axis and y-axis, horizontal line and vertical line. The first one what I explained was oblique line. Oblique line doesn't lie on x-axis or y-axis. In the beginning I told you, starting when I explained, it is always a cross line like this. This is oblique line. It can be like this or it can be like this. Anything which is flat, x-axis. Anything which is straight, y-axis. Anything which is slanting is called oblique. Oblique. Next is collinearity. Collinearity. Collinearity or collinear. Collinear is in a straight line there you will have 3 points A, B, C. There are 3 points like this, students. A, B, C. Imagine I just pull a straight line and like this. So if it is 3 points, what is the concept we studied? I gave you an example, Germans, SFX and what Johns, or in a straight line. If there are 3 points lying in a straight line, We can use section formula, we can use midpoint formula. Section and midpoint formula is used for distance, students, distance, to find the distance. Okay, section and midpoint is used to find the distance. We also use collinear formula. Collinear is basically when 3 points lie in a straight line. It should lie on the line, not away from the line. Okay, it should lie on the line. For example, if ABC, in a line ABC, what if AB is lying here and if C is lying outside? C is here. These three are not collinear. They're not in a straight line. Look, from A to B, we go in this direction. Then we change the direction. Whenever you change the direction, that doesn't become collinear. Okay, that is not collinear. Next, in collinear, we can find the distance using section midpoint distance formula. We also use slope. So whenever collinear is given, the formula is slope of AB is equals to slope of BC. Okay, so we need to find the slope of AB, that is equals to slope of BC, students. They'll give you three coordinates, A, B, C. Find the slope of AB and find the slope of BC. Just make a note of this formula for write collinear. Write collinear, write this formula. Slope of AB is equals to slope of BC. So whatever I have taught you now is just slope formula, students. Slope gradient inclination. Slope gradient inclination. Once again, inclination is theta value. When it comes to slope, when theta value is given, that slope or gradient m value is equals to tan theta. Along with tan, multiply that. If theta is not given, only sides are given, then slope m is equals to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Only for 2 points, when two values are given, 2 points. We use 2-point system. Next, how to find slope when 3 points are given? 3 points, collinear points. When 3 points are collinear. So as of now, we have studied only these three formulas: inclination, slope, collinear. So this I'll continue evening, tomorrow and Monday. By Monday, I'll complete this, all these three chapters. Tuesday we'll start loci construction. Tuesday, Wednesday, loci and construction. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yes, Naomi? I'll ask you all according like whenever you all can attend. If not only 1 hour, 5 to 6. Is it possible 5 to 6? All of you will respond, students. 5 to 6. Talk 6 o'clock because I need to go out. Why, Naomi? 5 to 6 is not possible. What class do you have at 5 to 6? I am on this place. Yeah, tell me, Adi. Yeah, that's what 6 o'clock because today I have work 6 o'clock. See, these 2 days you all can relax, students. Other subjects start from Monday. This is study holidays, or immediately you can start. Don't waste your time. Start other subject. Again, maths I'll teach. Maths you don't have to practice. Okay, just attend 2 classes every day. 1 class I'll teach. The other class I'll make you practice questions. Fine. Slope we have only these. Yeah, tell me, Naomi. Yes, even tomorrow class. See, yesterday, that's the reason I didn't conduct students. Your last exam, I didn't conduct class. Tomorrow I'll tell you, Naomi. I'll tell you tomorrow's class timings. Fine. When it comes to slope, these are the formula, students. All of you understood what is inclination, how to use slope formulas, right? Then one more thing, inclination at x-axis. What is the inclination at x-axis? It is 0 degrees. What is inclination at y-axis? All of you will respond. Inclination at y-axis is 90 degrees. Use the slope formula, you'll get the answer. Related to this, we'll solve 3 questions. Remaining, we'll do it later. So slope and gradient is done, students. The meaning of, slope and gradient is done. Only concept is equation is left. We need to find the equation. That will do it evening. Now let me use 2 questions. This is just example question. Okay, remaining we'll do it later. I just want to show the calculation. Can you see? Find the slope of line whose inclination. What is inclination, students? All of you will unmute and respond. Another 10 minutes will end the class. What is slope? Which alphabet we use? M. What is inclination? Inclination is theta. So you can write slope or gradient, meaning is same, or M. Here they have taken slope, students. Slope. All three are same. I'll write it in bracket. M is equals to, whenever we use slope, what's the formula we use, students? Along with angle, what you have to multiply? Respond all of you. Along with angle, you have to multiply tan. Tan 30 degrees. What is tan 30? 1 by root 3. Can you see tan 30, tan root 3? Did you understand how to calculate? All of you understood? Okay, next. Find the slope of a line. Is theta value given or 2 points value given? What do you have, students? Theta or 2 points value? 2 points. So what do you take the first point? X1, Y1. Second point, X2, Y2. What is slope formula? Slope of AB, you can write it like this. Slope of AB, or I'll just use M. M is equals to what? Y2 minus Y1 divided by X2 minus X1. Can you see the calculation? Ignore that. Look at this and tell me, students. What is Y2? 4 minus, what is X1? Y1 minus 3. What is X2? 2. Minus, what is X1? Minus 2. 4 plus 3. 2 plus 2. What's the answer? Is it correct? Response, students, is it correct? Next, collinear. What do you mean by collinear? How many points will be given for collinear? Unmute and respond. Be quick. How many points? 3 points. A, B, and C, students. What is C value? 8, 8, 8, 8. If it is collinear, what's the formula I gave you? All of you will respond. What's the formula, students? Slope of AB should be equal to what? Slope of, how many times to ask? Only 10 minutes. All of you will respond. Unmute and respond. Did you understand the concept? Formulas. When 3 collinear points are given, slope of AB is equal to slope of BC. This is the formula, students. Now let us calculate slope of AB. See, I'll keep this aside. You have to do it one below the other. First write slope of AB. For slope of AB, take A value. A is minus 1, 1. B is equals to 5, 7. We need to use slope formula. See, there are 2 points. Use slope formula. X1, Y1. X2, Y2. Slope of AB. What is the formula when 2 points are given, students? All of you will respond. When 2 points are given, Y2 minus Y1 divided by, substitute what is Y2, 7, minus what is Y1, 1. Then X2 is 5 minus what is X1, minus 1. 6 divided by Yeah, 5 plus 1 is 6. What is the slope? So let us keep this as it is. See, don't get confused. Both are different concepts, students. Slope AB we found. Second, slope of BC. If you take slope of BC, take B. B comes first. B is 5 comma 7. Again, start from the beginning. C is 8 comma 1. X1, Y1. Just because three values are given, don't take x3, y3, all those things, students. This is slope form concept. Remember, slope, we have only one formula. Slope of BC is equals to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Tell me the concept, students. All of you will be quick. What is y2? K minus 7 divided by what is x2? Yes, k minus 7. It's a variable and constant. You cannot separate them. So that remains as it is. K minus 7. What is 8 minus 5? 3. So what is slope of BC value? These two. What is slope of AB? 1. What do we need to find here? What they have asked us to find? Respond, all of you all. We need to find the value of K. If you want to find the value of K, we need to use this formula. Look at this. So what is slope of AB value? 1 is equals to what is slope of BC? K minus 7 divided by 3. In textbook, they have given direct answers, students. If you study from there, you will not understand. This is the actual explanation. 3 gets multiplied. 1 into 3 is equals to K minus 7. K remains as it is. Minus 3 goes to this side. 3 plus 7. What's the value of K? K is equals to 10. So slope is done. Intercept is done. I mean slope, inclination and collinear. 3 concepts I've taught. 3 questions I've solved. Is this clear? All of you understood? Look at the calculation, students. Any doubt in this calculation? Do you have any doubts? No. Can you see the answer? Is it correct? Right? But look at this. If you have studied from textbook, you won't know why they have taken 7 minus 1, why they have taken 5 minus 1. Don't go through this textbook calculation part. In textbook calculation, this is for teachers. Okay, so never practice from there. If you want, make a note of this, students. I'll give you 2 minutes time. Be quick. Copy this. So as of now, we have done only slope, gradient, inclination, and collinearity. For 2 minutes, 1:15 will end the class. Remaining we'll do it in the evening. And slope doesn't have any definition, students. Remember, there is no definition for slope. It is just tan into theta. Okay, so when tan is not given, we use 2 points. When 2 points are given, this is the formula. Y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. If tan is given, just use the, if angle is given, just use the formula. And for collinear, split into two questions. AB is one part, BC is another part. Once you get the equation, substitute in slope formula. So it should be in this order. First slope of AB, next slope of BC, then write both together. So this is nothing but the concept. They have told it like this. ABC lies on a straight line like this. Collinear points. Evening I'll teach you the equation, and tomorrow I'll make you write the formulas and we'll solve questions tomorrow. All of you are done? I will made a note and understood how to solve x1. Always take x1, y1, x2, y2 separately, students. Now, same 3 points. Same 3 points are not collinear. They are not collinear, but they are in a triangle form. These are not collinear, it's a triangle form. You have to relate it. Then only then you won't get confused, students. If it's a triangle, you need to find the coordinate, a centroid. Remember, same concept, centroid. What is the formula for centroid? G, students. G of x comma y. What do we do? x1 plus x2 plus. All of you remember. Respond. x3 divided by what? Divided by 3. And for y, y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. Here what do we take? Do we take ABC value separately, or together we write x1, y1, x2, y2? All of you will respond. When we use centroid concept, how do we solve? We take x1, y1, B as x2, y2, and what about C, students? C as x3, y3. Understood the difference between slope and centroid? How to use the formulas? Is it clear, all of you? Okay, that's it. We are done.